The air grows cold without reason. Doors slam shut on their own. Whispers echo from empty corridors. Some places on Earth feel wrong. Not dangerous, but deeply unsettling, as if the very walls remember something we've forgotten. Today, we step into 5 locations that have baffled scientists and terrified visitors for decades. These are not just ghost stories, they're scientific anomalies. And what we've discovered will challenge everything you thought you knew about reality. Our first stop is an old lighthouse perched on a cliff overlooking the churning sea. For over a century, keepers reported strange lights in the windows when no one was inside. Instruments would malfunction, compasses would spin, and a strange humming filled the air. In the 1970s, a team of physicists investigated. They found the lighthouse sits directly on a geological fault line, where quartz crystals in the rock generate piezoelectric currents under pressure. These currents can create electromagnetic fields that affect the human brain, causing hallucinations and a sense of presence. Could the ghosts be the result of the Earth's own energy? But then, why did the keepers all describe the same figure, a tall, shadowy man in a raincoat? Scientists remained stumped. Next, we travel to a forgotten mining town in the mountains. The town was abandoned in the 1950s after a series of bizarre events, lights flickering, machinery operating on its own, and miners hearing their names called from the depths. Locals blamed it on the mountain breathing. Geologists discovered the town is built over a vast network of limestone caves, where groundwater flows and creates infrasound, low-frequency sound waves below human hearing. Infrasound can cause feelings of dread, anxiety, and even visual hallucinations. But that doesn't explain the photographs taken by a tourist in 2019, which show a translucent figure standing in the window of the old saloon. The photo was analyzed by experts and deemed authentic, with no signs of manipulation. What is that figure? Is it a residual energy imprint, or something more? The mystery deepens. Our third location is a stately Victorian mansion turned museum. Visitors often report feeling a cold spot in the library, and the smell of old cigars fills the air even though smoking is forbidden. The mansion was once home to a wealthy inventor who died under mysterious circumstances, not tragically, but unexpectedly. He was found in his study, a smile on his face, with no apparent cause of death. Some say his spirit lingers, but scientists have a different theory. The mansion is filled with antique mirrors, which are known to reflect and amplify electromagnetic fields. These fields can interact with the brain's temporal lobe, creating a sense of a presence. Yet, the smell of cigars. That's harder to explain. Could it be that the inventor's essence, his very consciousness, is somehow imprinted on the environment? Quantum physics suggests that information is never destroyed. Could that information manifest as a scent, a chill, a whisper? The line between science and the supernatural blurs. Now, we venture to an ancient monastery carved into a cliffside. Monks have lived there for centuries, but they speak of a presence that visits at dawn, a gentle, comforting energy that they believe is divine. Scientists who visited found the monastery is constructed from a specific type of granite that contains high levels of radioactive elements, like radium. These elements emit alpha particles that ionize the air, creating a faint blue glow, a phenomenon known as ionization luminescence. This glow can stimulate the pineal gland, leading to profound spiritual experiences and visions. But the monks describe not just a light, but a figure, a robed man with a radiant face. And in 2015, a security camera captured just such a figure in the corridor. The footage was analyzed and not found to be a hoax. Is it a trick of the light, or is the monastery truly a portal? Science can't say for sure. Finally, we come to a location that has become a mecca for paranormal enthusiasts, an old tuberculosis hospital that was closed in the 1960s. Patients there often reported seeing shadowy figures and hearing their own heartbeats amplified tenfold. The hospital was known for its experimental treatments, including the use of radon gas, a radioactive element that was believed to have healing properties. Radon decays into polonium, which can attach to dust particles and create visible trails in the air, often mistaken for ghosts. Moreover, radon exposure can cause hallucinations and a sense of an impending presence. But in 2020, a group of researchers using thermal imaging captured a humanoid shape that was colder than the surrounding air, something that should be impossible. The shape moved slowly down the hall, as if walking. The researchers were baffled. Could there be a residual energy from the thousands of patients who suffered there? The hospital is now a place of pilgrimage for those seeking the paranormal, and the evidence they've collected is enough to keep the mystery alive. So, what do these 5 locations have in common? They all sit on geological or electromagnetic anomalies that can affect the human mind. But they also all have documented accounts of apparitions that defy physical explanation. Is it possible that these places are windows to another dimension, where time and space are not as fixed as we believe? Or are they simply psychological triggers that cause us to perceive something that isn't there? The answer may lie in the emerging field of quantum consciousness, which proposes that our minds are not confined to our brains but are entangled with the universe itself. If that's true, then these haunted locations might be places where the veil between worlds is thin, where our own consciousness can interact with the energy of the past, or even with other entities. But what are those entities? Are they the souls of the departed, or are they something else? We've only scratched the surface. There are hundreds of such locations across the globe, each with its own story, its own mystery. But the truth is, science has yet to provide a definitive answer. And perhaps that's because the answer isn't in the physical world at all. Perhaps it's in the mind, or in a realm beyond our current understanding. The quest to understand these places is not just about ghosts, it's about the very nature of reality. And as we continue to explore, we must keep an open mind, because the next whisper we hear might just be the key to unlocking the greatest mystery of all. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next documentary. And leave a comment below. Do you believe in ghosts, or is there a scientific explanation? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind ready, because the world is far stranger than we ever imagined.